Okay.
Chessie Kunkka.
Good catch for Weaver. Good ways. Gives him a lot of gives him that team fight with AA. They have high burst damage.
Actually, is this a Chessie Kunkka or is this a Zibby Kunkka on the offlane? Putting pressure, you know, those Tidebringer hits on a Weaver.
I guess we don't know, but it's something that covers. Now it's like, all right, we don't have to ban Brood.
Yeah.
Right? It covers your bases.
Okay.
That helps.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, good against sort of those two Matu big ones. But I guess obviously Laundry was banned anyway. Yeah.
I like how 3 out of the 6 bans are indeed for Matu.
Yeah. You got to do it.
A lot of respect
You got to do it.
given.
What does Matu go? What heroes are left in the pool that we have seen Matu play?
Oh, the Chessie Puck at least get banned out.
Bit of respect. Yeah,
That's
understandable.
the one we
respect
wanted
for
to see Chessie on.
And the, the combo would have been great with the Ice Blast, Torrent Boat combo with that Dream Coil. So.
Yep.
And it can be pretty annoying for the Weaver, that high burst, the silences early on, and the Dream Coil against the Stampede. So.
Matu has also played Slark.
Playing Weaver versus Puck's hard. Yeah. Like
This tournament.
Probably won't play Slark this game because they have the Weaver on the side lane. So.
5 seconds remaining.
Who's the mid heroes?
There's also played Morph mid, Morph's doing.
For
Chaos.
But again,
I guess.
Faded.
Yeah, not
Faded
always.
plays it.
Could
It's
see
more
Matu
Faded.
go over to the Weaver maybe, but
I mean, yeah, Matu Weaver used to be great, but Faded played the Weaver really well
Yeah,
the other day.
he
So
did.
I think you keep him Faded on the Weaver. You pick Matu something that
pick him as Monkey
gonna
King.
mid.
That's one of his best heroes.
if you get that lane against the Kunkka, you can certainly have that edge there.
Ooh. Very, very
Yeah.
possible. They do have last pick too, so they can get a better idea of where the Kunkka's even going mid.
Anyway, they pick the.
TA is still into.
I wonder why they banned the Puck. Are they going for something like Pugna? Do they want some tower pusher on Chaos?
Yeah,
Pugna or
what
DK
do you
or?
mean? The Puck would have been good. It's Chessie Puck. As I say, it's against Weavers.
No, I know.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the Pugna ban.
It's for the Weaver. It's for the Weaver. I'm
Pugna
also
pick.
thinking maybe they want something
What?
else.
No, Puck. He's talking about the Puck.
I know,
ban.
he's talking about the Puck ban. Why is Puck banned? Is it because they might want to go for Pugna?
Yeah, that's what I was
Okay.
saying.
That's
It's
the-
also. I mean, yeah, sure, covering
We
the
got the
Weaver
Puck,
and the
the
ban.
Puck, Puck,
They
Sorry.
the
They
Puck,
banned the
the
Puck to pick the Pugna.
Puck, the
perhaps.
Puck.
Actually, I don't know. Pugna versus.
We
Ace
have
is
seen
terrible.
a lot of Pugna Matuma man. Only won this tournament, I think. But in the past, obviously, it's one of his greens.
Mm-hmm.
Same
Can't
as
heal.
if you're talking about green hero, Necrophos.
Yeah, against the AA, don't feel too
The
great.
AA
I
puts
don't
it off.
know.
Yeah, this is a
Yeah,
rough
it
fucking
puts
game.
it off.
There's a lot of catch and stuns for
And
him too.
Decrepify ain't saving anyone against this lineup. Whoa, JJ.
Whoa, panic,
JJ.
panic.
Final ban. What do you want to take away from Matu? Any other big Matu scary heroes?
Spot the air.
JJ. Banning the Matu
You just removed
OD.
it.
That's good. OG.
Marana.
Oh, no.
What
They
are
picked Marana. Oh.
So what? We've seen Marana played twice. Lost both games.
I only remember the one. Was there a second?
Maybe there was just a one.
I thought
It was
it
Jonas
was-
played it, right?
It
He
was
played it
so
offlane?
bad.
Not TFT Jonas.
It wasn't
No.
TFT Jonas.
The Arkan Jonas.
And this is a Chessie Mirana and a Zibe Kunkka, right?
I'm not sure. I'm not.
You'd rather have the Chessie on the Mirana mid and Zibe on the...
Oh, I
Depending
remember
on
that
matchup.
Marana.
I guess it depends on the match. Yeah, it depends what we see.
Willow is.
It was only one. You're right.
Willow makes Marana pretty hard to play.
I feel Marana's one of the bottom 10 worst heroes
Isn't
in
Weaver
Dota.
pretty good against Mirana as well? You get the bug and you just chase her with the Shikuchi when she leaps and she's dead?
Can be hard, for sure. They just do the
Oh
DK
my
again.
God, that's a
tank
great
up.
hero versus Marana too.
Yep.
They
Just
tank
do the,
up.
They do the DK.
Oh.
I was thinking DK or
It's
Pugna. They
rough.
wanted some tower pusher.
Let's see,
on the
who's
other side.
play? Yeah, it's Zibe Kunkka off lane and Chessie Mirana
Okay.
mid.
Definitely prefer that to the Alpha Marana, but I still feel Marana is such a hard hero to execute right now with just how weak it feels.
So DK is gonna free farm mid.
Correct.
Yeah, I mean, and this Mirana, I guess Weaver's squishy, but a DK and a Centaur, these heroes don't die to a Mirana at any stage of the game, do they?
They have a lot of combo with it too, and they have high magical damage again with the Ice Vortex this time.
So Marana has to. What needs to happen for Marana to be successful? How active does she need to be?
Yeah,
Really,
we
you don't
need
to
have
put
any items
super
for
active.
Marana?
Yes.
We need a patch update right now. Then, maybe then.
It needs to be like this incredibly active. They need to be getting kills
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's hard.
actively
It is
across the map.
Obviously, everything's possible, but we're just saying with a Mirana, it's going to be very hard.
Mm.
You've made it hard for yourself. You obviously believe, Chessie is his last pick, potentially the last game. It's been all down to him. What does he want to play? He's called for the Mirana. He believes in it, and we'll see if he can do it. As this is his last chance, and he's put all his eggs in the basket of a hero that most other teams, I think even in all the regions, right, they're not touching. And we see, is this a pick we're seeing in other regions at the
No.
moment? No.
No.
No one's really playing with the Mirana.
If I can find some Mirana stats.
Oh
but,
yeah, get the Mirana stats up for this qualifiers. For
Yeah.
all the
I just
reasons.
feel like a hero like Sniper does what Mirana does a little bit better. It's less active as far, and that's what the Mirana gives you is this early mid game aggression, damage output that can move around the map. Sniper, you can't go into fights because you don't have an escape. You don't have the mobility of leap.
This game they've got catch. That's for sure.
They've got
Tribe,
they've got
last
catch.
game I think
They've
they
got
really
catch, they've got
struggled
kill.
with it.
They can kill.
They had the Stampede, sure, with the Centaur, but that was pretty much it. This time they've got stuns aplenty. Everyone has their own form. I mean, Cold Feet, not really a stun, but it can be. Okay.
Let's have a look. Chaos Esports Club 1+25 away from making it to TI. See if they can get that win.
What?
They get 25 and 1 when you win a game.
This is not a ranked game.
Yeah.
Okay, it was a joke. I'm sorry.
him.
I'm just saying.
Got it. Thank you, Sheev. You got my back.
In popular
All right,
culture,
Mirana
Mirana
stats.
Mirana
stats.
stats, ladies and gentlemen, brought to you by Nahaz GoDz.
Yeah, sponsored by Nahaz
Sponsored by
Dota.
Nahaz.
There has been a grand total of 1 Mirana game this
And we
entire
saw
TI
it and it
qualifier.
lost.
Yes.
Oh.
It was here. It was awful.
It was
It
bad.
was Jonas and Fam
Versus
on the
Disruptor.
offlane.
Versus Disruptor, so he just
Yeah.
got glimpsed over and over again.
Yes.
I remember that game quite.
He had a rough time.
Okay,
And I
so
remember in the fights, they just let Mirana hit because she just didn't do anything.
yeah.
1.88 KDA.
Well, let's see if Chessie's able to make that 0 a 50%
I mean,
on the win rate.
let's see.
Let's see. As I said, you know, they obviously have this big belief in it because there's no way you're picking this hero if you don't. They believe in the Chessie Mirana.
They've got super active heroes, so
Yeah.
that's that's what I'm
They
looking
can make
at.
things happen.
Yeah, just make fights happen all the time. They've got the Moonlight Shadow always to be able to look to punish, and
And this is the kind of lineup that really can utilize Moonlight Shadow well.
yes. And they are actually putting it is a Kunkka mid, by the way.
Yep.
Looks like.
Oh, they are going to... Well, so Chessie's going to play the side lane.
Kunkka mid,
like
Jesse
it.
side lane. It's looking like it after that last
Mirana
pick.
tiny offlane. Mirana.
I guess that is that's a little better,
yeah.
right? Because Mirana would have struggled to CS against the DK.
Marana would have lost super hard to DK, and
Yeah.
DK would free
You
farm.
would not get any CS.
I mean, okay, you wouldn't. Actually, you probably would lose super hard. Actually,
You wouldn't- yeah, you wouldn't
have
be
like
able to
really
CS,
bad
right?
base damage.
Yeah.
It's like the old Puck versus DK matchup where Mirana
Yeah.
has just no damage. You can't last hit.
Yeah.
You can try arrow creeps, but if DK can just block those arrows even.
So they're switching. This is the first time I think I've seen TFT also
And you're
putting
putting your
their
offlaner-
non-mid
yeah.
laner in the mid lane.
This is a drastic switch up for this all-important game.
Yeah, I know we see teams do it all the time, but you know sometimes you really do see those mechanics in the mid lane really do come out to make the difference.
Yeah. It was what Hippomaniacs who did it yesterday, putting their carry mid. Curry did not look that comfortable playing the old sniper mid.
It was a big change up because sure, you know, it's, you know, you can say, well, he's on a Kunkka, he's not going to have trouble playing the matchup, but obviously being a mid laner is more than just playing the mid lane.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So we'll see how well Zibe can do in this position.
They both have like the same sounding animation. It's actually pretty satisfying to listen to.
So waves being pulled up top.
Yep.
Willow pulling waves, so Frost's going to have to last hit around this tower. Kezu's going to look to bully as much as possible. Yeah.
I like that we see them pulling. I was actually a bit confused when I didn't see TFT pulling the waves last time when they had the Centaur when he was struggling a bit versus the Chen and the Jug. I thought they were actually going to pull lanes and they didn't. So this time we do see Chaos is the one that are going to be pulling waves to make sure that.
And seeing the carry players going back to pulling the wave to meet the next one behind the tower. I feel like that's been forgotten a little bit. Although they do keep both the support AA there, so that entire wave Dark Willow pulled is being used to get denies as well as last hits, and he's going to deny this range creep. Really well played
Hey,
there.
first blood for
And
Chessie down
Chessie
bottom. They get
gets
the
a kill.
combo. Hansken's able to catch him out. And they get the first blood down there in the bottom lane. Chessie Mirana.
They have to be getting kills. And he's farming well, so that's, I mean, that's okay. Different approach. I'm very intrigued, and they're making sure that they do have sentries. I believe I saw Hansken had 2 sentries at the start of the lane. You're playing versus Weaver. I think we've talked about this ad nauseum. Just putting the sentry in lane puts a lot more pressure on the Weaver. So Misery, he counteracts with his own. So sentry warp. But he has another one. So they're pinging it. They're getting prepared to kill the sentry bottom. They do get it in time. Now we'll see Misery do the same if he can hide his. Anyone getting first few waves? Centaur getting slowed down a bit in that top lane just because of the pulls, as expected. but Willow is getting a couple extra last hits because of it. But DK really, I mean, starting to pull ahead a bit in that mid lane. Good full wave advantage actually at the moment. Saw him do this last time too, the 1-1-2 build.
Yes.
Rather than going for the 2 points in Breathe Fire, he just wants that point and stun. Sure. Always will be able to set up. Maybe mess with some last hits.
That's you can use the Breathe Fire, but the stun the same thing. Maybe you get a range creep deny or secure last hit. So with the braces, you get all those extra stats that give you a bit more mana to play around with. Still as a main go.
He's crushing it, huh?
Yeah, he's doing really well. To be expected. I mean, the Tidebringer does like 0 damage to you, and you stand and you can just give him the right click back.
Sure.
Always about focusing on your last hits.
And with double bracer, even when Kunk gets level 6, there's not really kill threat from Kunko alone. It's going to require at least a +1, maybe even +2. So should just be a lane where Matu can pressure the tower, and Kunka can't really do much about the DK.
Morana's actually doing pretty good in the last hits as well with 18 and 3, keeping up with her counterpart Centaur. Actually doing a little better than her counterpart Centaur.
Pressuring Hanskin a bit here. That rune, so regen. They're
Yeah.
fighting for it. Hanskin wants it. It's a speedy Bane. Give me the reach.
Oh, nightmare.
Misery. Hits him once or twice too for
yes.
good measure. Don't get the regen broken either.
Yeah, that hit me almost.
That turn around.
Brain sap him.
Give him a brain sap for the rose.
Yeah, he's got the regen rune, so
Oh, he will. Oh, yeah.
Sorry. Poor Hanskin.
He was, you know, the dream appeared before his
Yeah.
eyes. He's like, he has the prize. And then it gets stolen away.
But there's a lot of good news for the final trap this game too so far. Just racing being a little bit sad, but Kunkka, Moran are doing great. In terms of last hits, not so healthy, but there's a shrine coming up and again in a second.
Freeze, but
Still the salve left.
yep.
5-minute runes.
Not a nightmare.
Oh,
Baited. Oh, yeah.
bugs.
Hanskin in trouble here.
Yeah.
Has
Bugs
no way to
never
get rid. He's
touch.
just trying to die for the rune, and he will get it. But no escape, and
Whoa,
Misery.
Misery
Whoa.
stealing the kill.
Excuse me, Misery?
He just
Misery.
wants his gold.
And he's like, I can't get Midas on Bane, but I
Hey.
can take these kills.
He's like, whoa, 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 it's my birthday, thank you.
My birthday,
Thank you very much.
birthday boy coming through. This is mine.
Patient,
A
coming
lot
mid.
of pressure on. He is baiting this one. That maybe Tiny just coming in to put a ward.
I think this is
Yeah.
just the 5-minute, right? They want to try to protect their tower
Yeah.
a little bit here. Matu, he actually buys himself a raindrop. I really like this. He knows he's playing versus Tiny Kunkka. Any type of absorption of damage is really Milan.
Hello.
Just whoop, whoop, whoop.
Walking by for the shrine. It looks like.
Oh, nice dodge for Zebe. Level 3 on that Willow, so has to also still be a little careful.
I did go for the 2 in the Shadow Realm. I've been seeing a lot of 1-0-2, 1-0-1, and then you start going for
Yeah.
your Shadow Realm afterwards now.
Even some 1-1-1s.
Yeah, even some 1-1-1s. As that level 6 comes out, and that's where Matu really starts to pull ahead in this mid lane. DK struggles. You just get poked too much from the harass.
Jesse.
Let's see. Keep.
He leaps. He's going to need to get out of this one. The Brambles is there, so we can't leap
they've
right
got
now.
the kill
and
on him.
Nicely played.
Grabs. Look at that rotation from Milan, right? Starts top, goes mid, runs all the way
Oh,
bottom,
and the
takes the haze.
tips.
Oh
Yes.
dear.
Only
Dude,
Chessie.
chaos. I was going to say, is there
what's
some
their
drama
problem with
going on?
Chessie?
Yeah, wait,
Yeah.
What did
No,
Chessie?
no.
It's because he's Rasmus. I'm telling you, the Rasmus. No, I
There's
actually
either
don't
an
know.
inside
Well,
joke or there's some
yeah,
I'm
drama.
thinking
Is there
that
drama? Let us know, Twitch chat.
I hope it's drama.
Oh, I
Drama's
want some
always more
drama.
fun.
Frost.
Do you?
Ooh, very
Okay.
nice little step around.
I think of all the Final Tribe people, he is the most outspoken one. And you want to try and tilt people, right? That's part of the game.
I guess it's about the tilt, but yeah, it just seems a
Maybe
little
there is. So
personal.
Chessie has played for a very long time in America. So have some of the Chaos players. Maybe there was
Maybe.
something that.
Maybe.
I'll message him.
Yeah, message.
Well,
Right now,
maybe
mid-game.
after the game. Yeah, pause the game,
ask Misery what
everybody.
it is.
I mean, they're
Just type in all chat, JJ. Ask him.
no.
how to never get hired for an event.
Just type problem question mark. You know, sort of.
Oh, come on.
Discord?
Kazu, body blocks.
Oh, faded rotate though.
Oh, the stun on Frost now
Oh.
too.
Oh, they got the Rave King kill.
Yeah,
He's dead.
right.
What a move from Faded.
One more hit.
He
Faded will
has
get
it.
him.
There's
Faded
no
will
escape
get
for
him.
the
The
Rave
bug.
King. Oh, the bug does it.
Another kill.
Making these moves.
Vader's been one of these carry players that loves making these aggressive plays. Like, I would say he's had quite a few mistakes here and there throughout these qualifiers, but the fact he's willing to make these early TP rotations is something most carry players are not doing.
Yeah, and it fits because of, as far as mids go, Matuma is one that normally likes to stick his ground a little bit longer. You know, he's like more of the sturdy guy, so it kind of balances each other out a little bit.
It's always going to be hard when you're playing on a team with like some very known players, right? To like stand out for yourself. People don't really know the guy, but his farming patterns has been fantastic as well. He farms very fast.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, X Mark.
He's
Does
got the
have some
time
backup
lapse.
here too. Well, the time lapse is not going to be in time there, or rather, you know, there was
good
just too
combo.
much lockdown.
Oh, Caster's curse.
coming
There you go.
out.
Sorry, Faded.
That's the combo they needed. They've got that combo.
He's like, why did I die? We jinxed you.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that one was on us.
Matamba looks like he's holding gold again this time around for probably that Midas. Maybe Radiance.
Feels so good. DK benefits so much from the levels. Has some really nice talents.
Yeah, I do like the Midas. I mean, even the attack speed, right? You hit pretty hard as a DK. That attack speed's real nice as he gets a D ward. Cash money. Mirana looking throughout the jungle to try to find somebody, but bottom lane's been ditched. Chaos wants nothing to do with that. They want to put the pressure on.
Misery's seeing a lot of this. He got that ward down, he snuck by undetected, and this rotation shouldn't leave too much. DK's got maxed out passive raindrop double race. Borderline unkillable. Maybe AA's level 6 is where killing him becomes feasible. But by then he's going to have Midas. You have to commit a lot to kill him.
Yep. Immediately starts to poke that tower. Max DK armory up. We see 22 HP regen. Lovely.
Not even taking damage.
Yep. Go back
Gets
off.
damage in.
Cut the tree. Make sure he gets the farm up over here as well.
Oh, they found Misery.
Or has he found
Oh,
that?
he's found that.
Ah, yeah, he's been found, but he's got a nightmare.
He's just been toying with them in the jungle there for a bit, right? Now that he could put that ward in so many different places.
Yeah, they're going to have to commit a lot of sentries for it. DK's Midas comes out, and we'll see whether or not TFT can look to apply any pressure anytime soon.
Shibby's still very... I mean, Shibby's actually ahead in farm. He had to have gotten some stacks on the Kunk. I guess the kill on the Weaver also helps.
Bottles 2 for 2. Runes, that is. Runes 2 for 2.
3 for 1.
3 for 1. No, 1 is a bottle. Oh my god.
It's just those get confused. When people bottle stuff, it always makes sense. So he's gone for the phase drum. So just team fighting oriented for the Kunkka. Just wanting to show up to all the fights here.
He's even half level ahead of the DK, so for
Yeah.
all the praise for Matu, it's not like Kunkka's losing the lane at all. Offlaners, I mean, we say offlaners, I guess Mirana's kind of the offlaner.
Yeah.
Similar to Centaur, it seems like all 6 cores in this game are getting the farm.
Yeah.
Wraith King, the only one maybe slightly behind some of the others, but even that is very minimal.
And as far as supports go, Ancient Operation is the true position 6.
Yeah, Misery's not.
No.
His net worth would be different if he didn't take that.
True.
I was like a couple hundred right there. Plus the Weaver rotated, so he had a free lane actually. Weaver TP top and Misery was staying bottom. Like he's got 14 CS.
An Ancient Operation, at least he has his ultimate, so you know he's fine.
Yep.
He doesn't necessarily need gold to be super effective.
He'll hit level 10, get that GPM going.
Era's in a okay place. So both teams seem to be pretty okay with the farming, apart from maybe Final Tribe. They're looking like they're gonna make a rotation. First time Mirana leaving the lane as well.
He's got a hood. He's
Got
very
a hood
tanky.
and the sleep to disjoint from the X.
Nice.
Misery Bane.
Tips.
Tip him.
And they've got Stampede.
Yeah.
Even just throw the grip. No mercy.
Yep. It's a very slow game, so you have to use those ultimates for these kills. But be careful. Here comes Chess.
see?
Watch out! It's a Miranda, guys.
Oh, it's a Mirana! No!
Close your eyes.
Oh,
That's what Miranda does.
he didn't even get
and
to
the
throw an
tips.
arrow. Well, can
F
I see the
to
skill
pay
bit of the
your
Mirana?
respects.
Oh.
What did Mirana?
Guys,
I guess.
He had a
it's
you got to
haster
expect
too.
those sentries though.
Oh, no.
Especially in that spot at this moment in
Chessie.
time, that's a pretty common dewarding sentry too. But they're prepared. You're playing versus Moonlight Shadow. They're gonna have sentries.
It's also
and dusts.
he had no kills there. Kezu was half health but with a hood.
Yeah.
Your
Yeah.
double Starstorm would not have come close to killing him. He hadn't even used the hood.
It was very ambitious.
It's one thing if there's like a big core kill you might choose to risk it, but he was risking it with no real win. There was no real positive outcome for him there.
Yeah.
Era scouted out that observer.
real rough for sure. They will get a D-ward there. Misery's ward that he placed earlier in Milan.
Oh, and
We'll
maybe
get
a kill
Milan
now.
up.
There we go.
They kill the Willow with the arrow.
Someone already got value out of that ward, but ultimately got to de-ward it anyways, and Chaos will be happy to kind of reset things. They've got this Midas gold ticking on the DK. Centaur's having a great time, and all is well in the Chaos camp.
Playing around the vision right there. They did not see him there behind that tree. This time they saw him.
Yeah, well, it's daytime.
Now they'll see him.
Oh, be careful there. He's trying to delay it, but you know.
And that's a very likely D-ward now.
Yeah.
That will come out from Era.
Oh no, they get strong.
Oh, top lane.
Oh, Jesse.
Oh no, not
They have
again,
Willow.
Chelsea.
Can he get the brambles?
He's not getting out
Wait
of
for the
this.
stun.
On
he's going
the
for terrorize?
fair.
Don't
Don't
even
even need it.
He
He's
got the
Still
range creep.
Yay!
He got the range creep.
Tips.
There we go.
Playing Mirana versus Willow is just so. I mean, playing Mirana is
Yeah.
hard in its own,
I
but
was gonna
playing
say, you could
versus
stop
Willow.
there, stop there, Fog. Playing Mirana.
Oh no.
But here, like, Willow is one of the harder ones because you're playing versus multiple routes, and you have to line yourself. You have to jump into them most of the time when you line up your brambles. Otherwise, you're jumping into more brambles.
And once that Curse Crown's on you, you could commit 2-3 leaps to run away, but he's going to chase you down with and use the brambles after the stun hits.
Misery looks like he wants to try to set up down here. Okay.
Oh,
But
Perhaps thought the
Mid
mid
lane
lane, they got him.
Arrow.
retaliate damage.
The
Arrow
Curse
gets
Crown
strong.
as well onto Hanskin. The Fear's going to knock both Zibe and Chessie backing out of
great
the fight.
fear. Jesse's still alive with that hood. He's got all kinds of regen.
Hanskin. He's dead. The wraparound's going to be coming in from VT Faded.
Oh,
Misery.
no,
The
Chessie.
grip. The grip on
Chessie, no.
Chessie dead again. The root's out. Frost is caught. He's dead. Reincarnates pop.
It's
Well,
See if
looking
they can
pretty
do
good.
it again. Breathe fire. Curse Crown onto Frost. The crown will kill the king. As Frost is dead to the Shadow Realm hit.
oh my
just
God!
going
they
in
just-
one by one.
One by one. They just now
Okay.
Chaos can disengage.
It's a Kunkka. At least someone tanky who can force him back. But
Maybe you can try. No, don't risk it. Don't try to catch. Oh man,
No.
disastrous series of events for Chessie as he dies 3 times in a row.
And that's as bounty
Marana.
runes come out. 4 bounty runes easily picked. A lot of gold
Chaos.
going Chaos's way.
They're relentless at this point with the way that they're applying the pressure. They've taken the towers in the mid and the top lane. They've placed super deep wards, and they're just running at them, matching the aggression. You know that this Wraith King is going for the Midas farming build. They have a Mirana who's just not a very strong hero. Even if you have these timings, you're versus some natural counters.
He's going to go for that Ag Scepter.
Oh no. Oh,
Gotten
no.
buffed, but
I think it's probably the build, at least, as far as playing Mirana
is
goes.
it? Is it?
I mean,
is
if-
it
in terms of physical
Aghanim's Mirana
damage,
and
You got to go damage. You either go
You gotta
Ags or you
go-
go Maelstrom.
you gotta go physical damage or magical damage.
Yeah.
At this point, physical,
But
they're
dude,
too
Aghanim.
tanky.
Come on, no one's
magical.
building Aghanim's Mirana nowadays,
no,
are they?
No
nobody's
one's
playing
playing
Mirana.
Mirana, so if there is a
Yeah.
Mirana, we don't know what the
we've only had two
Mirana is.
Miranas.
Okay, we'll say.
No.
Was it picked in any of the other regions?
No, that
No,
was
that was-
zero.
that was all
one game
regions.
in all regions.
And that was the one we.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So Europe, it's the Swedes. They believe in the hero.
Yeah, and you know,
First
there's
Jonas,
so
now
many
Chessie.
different heroes picked this qualifier. The fact that, like, even Tinker
Yeah.
got picked. The fact that there's only one Mirana, kind of.
Mirana players out there are thanking Jonas and Chessie for.
It's getting that buff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank
It's
you.
getting buffed. There we go. Give it that buff, Mr. Ice Frog.
No, it definitely does. Definitely does look weak. And the two, I mean, 3 failed rotations. We said we want him to be active. Those 3 rotations just completely crippled him. He's not going to be able to actually get back and farm. They're going for early fighting build. They're going Armlet on the Kunkka, Armlet as well on the Wraith King to try to match Chaos right now. So
Can they
they're
kill
still
Matu?
5k behind.
Milan is
Down
there
with
with
the
the
burst.
fear.
Yeah, you get a lot of
Marcus
damage
has
down
a
onto Matu though. He should
With the
tick
sta-
down. He's gone.
Yeah.
He's going to die to the
Yep.
Ice Blast,
No,
surely.
the pipe!
Oh,
the barrier!
No.
Oh,
Kezu.
is it actually-
Kazu
It's
with
saving him.
Blaze.
The pipe barrier blocking that tick
Oh,
damage.
he's not even going to base.
Dude,
He's
he was
just gonna
one
farm.
tick away from
He
being
was.
under threshold.
Yeah.
He was
Kezu.
one tick away from
And
being under
Kezu
threshold.
finished the pipe and
Tip
saving a
him.
blink. It was such a great call.
Kezu, where's the Kezu haters at now?
Uh-huh.
I mean, that was beautiful. Yeah.
Look at him go.
He's playing super well this game. He's
He is.
2-0-3,
He's-
120
And not
last
just,
hits.
like this today.
Yeah.
Today he's playing great.
I love that he goes for this tanky item build. Only just now got the blink after getting the full pipe.
Yeah.
He knows, just staying alive. Yeah, maybe we have slightly less initiation, but if they can't kill us, they don't get any momentum.
Chaos is going to fight up here.
Oh, they certainly are.
Good. They may not have Stampede, but they're still very strong.
Okay, they're actually looking to take a fight elsewhere.
Okay, get the pick off the Nairas alone.
You get a kill top, there's no towers to take. You get a kill around this side of the map.
Very true.
More towers, maybe.
Very, very true. Yeah, they drew the line bottom.
Also,
Actually, everywhere.
BKB. Well,
What if Arrow now is targetable?
It
Like
follows
homing?
you?
Yeah.
That's homing missile.
He's
You have to
seeking
make it
missile.
killable.
I think I'd love to see the arrow scale. Like the more points in it you put, the faster it moves or something.
Oh, that would be nice, actually. Yeah, I'd like that.
Or more of them shoot out.
Oh yeah. Triple arrow is such a fun talent.
They will
By
find
tiny
Hanskin.
Hanskin.
Level 4 arrow shoots 2.
Alright. Instead of you're listening, they're listening. Careful.
What?
They're
See,
listening.
Just make
Bring
it like
back the old leap, the single target
old leap.
leap that gives your teammates attacks. That was such a good
That
stuff.
actually,
and,
yeah.
it
Nice.
and it gave you like the invulnerability during it, so you could dodge spells.
How about you do a combination? You do the triple leap, but it also gives your teammate the
Nah,
attack
nah,
speed.
we don't. That's broke.
At the moment.
I'm down.
Be-
I love. I
little
like
broken.
Mirana. I'm happy to see some Mirana buffs.
He's
some
trying
love.
to set up for the defense, but
Oh, the Moonlight Shadow.
what's Matama Man got? Does he have BKB?
They have
he has.
sentries
They can't
down.
kill him.
No.
They have to go for different targets, not the DK.
That's a different target.
That is a Centaur.
Didn't blink very
He's
far.
a little fat.
They got him. That's
he
an
did like
excellent
he
grab.
did like a little tiny baby blink there, right?
Yeah, it looked like it.
He did like the okay, I'm blinking right next to me.
I mean, that's great for TFT. That's a big kill.
Without
They
Kezi,
ignored the DK.
they can't really fight because they need that pipe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're still getting great farm on the Kunkka as well as that Wraith King. Like, they're still keeping up.
Yeah.
Mirana is a bit out of it for now, but the other two are
That's fine.
definitely up there in that net worth.
In terms of towers, they're even as well.
Mm-hmm.
And they're about to get a tier 1 mid, which pushed them ahead on towers. There's only a 3k gold difference, so it's not as grim as we sometimes make it out to be. Perhaps
Right,
even,
misery.
yeah, getting on a good side of the gold
To terrorize.
graph at this point. They can catch a couple more kills. Oh, Anskin is taking a lot of
That's
damage,
okay.
but he'll be fine. Get
Kezu's
some
in.
bottle. Oh, Kezu
hit
is
the
in.
The
Don't
lead was
still.
there at the same time though.
They're
So
starting to bring
Jesse's able to
Weaver.
jump away.
They were starting to bring Weaver as well. VT Faded was TPing, but he cancelled.
They just go for the TI9 and will happily
Yeah.
farm their BKBs. DK has one. Weaver getting close to completing his. Once they have BKBs, TFT get pretty limited in what they can do here.
Yeah. I think you have to go the BKBs in this game. Your verse is so much magical burst that's coming out. You have the Bane save in a way sometimes, but you can't rely on Misery to always get those. And almost Aghanims for the Mirana. So the thing they do have is they have the Aghanims Mirana with the Ice Vortex. That's
Yeah.
the one thing where I'm looking for, that big burst, if it does actually pay off.
Need to somehow try to get those stuns off before people pop BKB though.
Yeah. Matumba has to be... Man, the BKBs are the big problem they're going to deal with. When these two cores turn golden in the front lines, it's going to really be problematic for them to pierce through.
Centaur, I think, could even go BKB this game if you
I
want.
think so. Yeah,
there we
you
go.
do. Yep.
Getting it.
It's like sometimes you're like, why BKB? Because like, you can go Crimson Guard or anything like that. But no, it's... You just need it. Like, it could just be necessary this game.
After the last fight, he dies with a pipe up. And he's like, well,
Yeah.
they have that much magic damage. BKB it is.
Yep. Missed 2 last hits there, Matu. I saw that. He's going similar build as last time. This time, of course, he got the BKB to protect himself, but still going for that AC next.
No blink there.
No blink.
Didn't Treads toggle either.
Mana regen talent, you know, he's like,
There you go.
Yeah, that time
That's
he
a
did.
trade.
Maybe,
That time
he
he
did.
did.
Maybe he was too fast for me to even see it. Probably
It's
did.
just lightning speed.
Yeah, Matu's fingers, too fast.
Frame perfect.
Matu is one of the players that's pretty interesting to watch behind. I don't know if he does it anymore, but he used to, when he pans his camera and stuff, he would let go of his mouse and he'd use arrow keys.
No, yeah, he does. Yeah, we
Yeah.
saw Dream League. That's what
Yep,
he
yep.
said he does.
He does it
uses
for-
arrow keys to move the camera, which obviously sounds pretty crazy.
Yep.
Well, that's the case.
Oop. TV.
Just the volume.
Kezu. Looks like he's going to be the one to start this. I believe that means that they have their BKB on the Weaver as well now, right? On VT Faded if they're doing this. Yes, they do. They're starting to kind of force it, but being a little bit hesitant, giving some respect here. TFT. We have the Deso is also finished on the Wraith King if he wants to bring it out, which he is. So they've got some. They've also got their item timings kicking in. What can they make of it? Got the Ags, Mirana.
So what was the recent buff? Was it the cooldown? Wasn't it?
Minus 1 second on the proc now again. Yeah. Oh, even the tooltip says 9.
Well.
Yeah, tooltip says 9, but
Oh,
it's
the
now
tooltip's
8.
wrong.
Yeah, it went from like, I think it was even 11 at one point to 10 to 9. Now it's 8.
How
Or
do
maybe
we-
it was 10 was the
how do we-
maximum.
How do we
but-
know the tooltip's wrong?
Are you sure? Yeah, there you go. Because scepter interval's 8.
Well, where does it say 9 seconds?
Right above it.
In the text.
Gaben! Oh,
Maybe it procs one every 9 and 8.
That'd be great. No more
Oh, yeah.
double Starstorm on the Ags either.
Yeah, the second.
That-
That was what really killed it. Having the second drop down
Yeah,
of it.
you'd hit a quad Starstorm on someone and just instantly blow them up.
It also, it's because of the way it worked, since you could like blink into creep waves, and they would clear the whole creep wave, and the way it swapped, it would always hit the hero anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's been quite some time since then, and they're still farming very well, but it's just can they take the
Oh.
fight versus Chaos's BKBs?
Here's the question.
let's see if they can get Frost.
Jade is going to commit his for this fight.
They
Arrow
should be able to
flying
get
through.
Frost the once. They do. They move on to Hansken as well whilst Frost respawns. They've got the timing with the Fiend's Grip. Holding down Frost that second time round. He will fall again. Frost is dead. Now
Gibby
Chaos will
turns
move
up.
on for more. See if they can chase anything else. Zibby's already out there with the
This is
BKB. He's on the
BKB and
retreat.
running.
Dragon Tails onto Hansken.
Dodge the arrow.
Beta just going to continue to chase down Chessie. The roots are out as well. Chessie cannot leap away as they're on top of him. Or maybe, oh, he's in the trees. Actually, he can leap away.
He is
in
hiding.
it.
He's hiding. He's got
Don't
no TP.
leap away.
Who's got Quelling Blade?
He's got no TP.
You
I don't
just
think-
gotta wait.
He's got to wait
Just
for
stand
40
still.
seconds. He's got to sit there and think about what
Yeah.
he's done.
But that's something that they're never gonna expect.
But now
Look,
this
look, he backpacked his Ags, by the way. He's
So
like,
to give it
don't,
up.
do not proc the Starfall, please. Or Starstorm, sorry.
But this is as bad as dying. He's stuck there for 40 seconds.
He is stuck there for quite some
gotta
time.
leap.
You gotta
Yeah,
leap
yeah.
now.
Oh, okay, that's true.
Yeah, that was
Okay.
kind of lucky he leaped into this like perfect tree surround.
Yeah.
That saves his life there, but
AAO flying over.
Chaos was,
Roman Ross.
they were very fast on the gank. They didn't have Jibby there when the fight started. So Jibby turns up, he runs, throws a bow and a BKB, and then the Wraith King was already dead. He actually just has to beeline and get the hell out of there as the Kunkka, and gives Chaos now a big Roche opportunity.
and without the the stun, if TFT
Yeah,
came to stun
you-
initiations, these arrows aren't landing on anything. He shot 2-3 arrows that just get easily dodged there. It's such,
Yeah.
it's such a bad stun when you have no setup.
With the Stampede too, right? It's like the arrow comes, they've got the stun connect, and then Stampede pops, and everybody just runs around max movement speed and easily see the arrow.
Oh, Chaos get themselves a Roshan. Still not a massive gold lead by any means.
No.
Oh, they're keeping up with the farm, the Wraith King and the Kunkka. That's for sure. And yeah, I mean, Chessie, he's keeping himself at the same level as farm as Kezu.
It's more you compare what Kezu can do to what Mirana can do in a fight. And
Oh.
that's where it's very Chaos favored as far as what those two
We got you, Giannis.
heroes offer.
Oh, I actually didn't see that Kezu didn't have phase boots that whole time in the game. He just picked them up. I think he probably noticed. He was like, wait, I don't have phase boots. So he went back and bought them. They're just way too good on Centaur. Now he's got the 15 talents as well. He's got the extra base damage. So then we have to watch Kezu to see if he gets those retaliate stacks in the fights. He's going to be packing a big punch. And they're looking to fight. Like we said, those double BKBs. And I think the AC is now finished out for Matumba. That's going to be go time. They already brought the Wraith King down very quickly because of his squishy build, because he's just got the armlet Deso. Now some minus armor on top. BFT, they have to be prepared for it. They have to be more heroes together when they get the initial jump. All pretty split up right now across the map. Starting to move to their jungle though.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's structure
All about it. Can they take the team fights? He even takes the arrow cooldown talent over the leap attack speed for the Marana.
He's so far behind. I mean, he's going the Axe build. I think
Yeah, he's
it's
just going
the way to go.
magic.
It's
Just
quite
all
a
spell-
big
spell
reduction. It
caster.
goes from what, 14 to 9 or something?
I believe so.
are
The arrow cooldown. Can we check that one, JJ?
JJ? The
Arrow
arrow?
cooldown?
17 to
17
12.
to 12. Okay.
Dire's
What?
bottom
9
tower
seconds.
is
You
under
were like,
Hey, throw out some numbers.
Chaos, they're prepared for the push. The DK level 18 with AC.
Oh, wow.
The blue dragon. I didn't even notice.
Oh,
I actually
wow.
didn't notice he was 18 or 19
Yeah.
already.
Yeah.
Weaver also level 22, so that swarm extra attacks.
And they defend this one.
We've been here before.
Perhaps a
DK
tiny
pushing
combo.
hard down.
Yeah, he's setting up the arrow with the
Asking
tiny
going in
combo.
first. Ooh, nightmare to save. Time lapse is not coming out.
They got the ice blast though. The burst
Ages.
at once. BKB's out from Matu, who's trying to focus down, but the rum is there.
Good way to start the fight still. Yeah, they're going to force him back.
Yeah.
So they can get more.
GoDz.
Toss
back.
back.
The fear coming down onto them, but the
Another nightmare.
BKB's already out from Zibe. Zibe holding his ground. Frost moves in with the stun. They've taken down Sensor. They've got the grip through the BKB, holding Zibe in place. They're focusing him with all the right click as they do take him down. He has buyback Zibe. He's back in. Jump for a handscan. He's looking for a grab with the combo, and with the arrow follow-up, they will get Misery. They put an end to the push.
And they're figuring out the Tiny's the best insta-stun setup to make sure that you can get these arrows.
Yeah.
Going in with that toss avalanche, preventing any kind of BKB play.
In the split seconds there too, it looked like Weaver wanted to. I think maybe they were like. It depends on how the communication goes inside the team, right? Because looks like Misery maybe had an opportunity to unsleep and he gets BKB off and dodges him from the combo in the midst of all that. But it's a lot of like chaos that's going on, so it's really hard to sometimes get all that off. Because you got the sleep on him, right? And then the arrow.
Yeah.
We saw the arrow flying. I think he had time to actually get the BKB off. If he unslept him, if Misery just clicks the hotkey to unsleep, but
maybe he didn't want to.
That's what I'm
because
thinking.
He had mages, so
Save the BKB.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking as well. That he was just
Well,
holding it.
did they fix, wasn't there that thing where if you got arrowed out of Nightmare, you could shift Q BKB?
There was that.
But that got fixed.
I don't know if that got fixed.
Okay.
Because I also found
Remember,
out.
that was in for the game for quite a while.
Yeah,
Like
I also.
BKB could rage if you...
I think if anything, he didn't want to. Because
Yeah, that's
the
what I'm
risk
thinking
that
too.
you just die,
Let the
and you
Aegis
don't
go.
have an Aegis.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, you don't have a BKB when you
Yep.
get back up. Nah.
I don't think it. No, it's okay. I think.
Alright.
There's the other one that I found out. This interaction is pretty cool. If you're playing with a Radiance hero and you get disrupted as Shadow Demon, you can toggle your Radiance off if you spam it really quickly as you come out. You do not have Radiance illusions that are on. They tested
Oh, I
it.
remember seeing that.
Ah.
That was on Reddit too, yeah.
Yep. So there's a couple
Yeah.
couple cool interactions that you can get out of these immunity,
The
whatever
pixel
tail
perfect.
spells. Yeah.
Frame rate
I
perfect.
mean, I feel like in my head that shouldn't be possible. If you disrupt someone with Radiance on, you should get the Radiance solutions.
But the frames.
I must say,
Same
Final Tribe
frame.
has been getting some nice high ground defenses. Hanskin has been nailing those
Yeah, I mean, this
initiations.
Yeah.
game is certainly an improvement on game 1 and game 2.
Yes, for sure.
It's always hard to break high ground when, yeah, they have all these stuns, all this catch.
Yeah.
TFT are the ones with perfect vision when you're defending high ground compared to Chaos who...
Ooh.
Skellies
He sent the skeletons
are
there.
gonna be very annoying. Oh,
Ping, ping.
Moonlight Shadow to get
Yeah,
him out.
immediate
Nice
TP.
one. No detection.
He wants
here.
me on the
Five's
back.
breaking out.
The arrow. It hits.
There's going to be an instant buyback.
Oh.
Look at the drag back on
Stampede.
Misery. Trying to defend himself with the Nightmare, but they've got the burst combo. They'll take both supports.
They use
Okay.
BKB too.
Final Tribe fighting back.
Yeah.
I like it. Make him work for it.
Yeah, they
Stampede just to save the Willow who bought back. And
Yep.
that makes a lot of sense. You don't want that Willow to die right away, even as a support. You lose a lot if he somehow ends up dead for
He
100
did it
seconds.
real fast too. Did he just get critted 2-shot?
Well, they've got a great combo with the Vortex. It's a lot of burst.
Matu went back for the Blink Dagger now. Has that level 20 talent, so Gold's kind of just rolling in for him. His item progression can go wherever it wants.
I'm wondering if they just buy a gem when Misery respawns. I think that might be one of the plays. Just this Moonlight Shadow is pretty annoying, but it doesn't actually do it. We don't see too many gems picked up anymore. That's the only reason why I kind of was putting that one out there. Because just those wraparounds and stuff. Maybe it's a bit risky if you lose.
We don't see a lot of gems.
Or Weaver.
Nope.
It used to always be minute 20 by a gem.
Oh, they
Yeah.
get the kill on Willow. That's the
Wow.
dieback on Willow.
70
yeah.
seconds.
But it is going to cost them
The Handskin
Hanskin's life for getting that Willow kill.
Hanskin's happy. 540 gold. Look at that. And Skeletons continue to force bottom. Frost doing a good job of constantly making his way
Yeah.
down here to send him.
They're slowing this game down very nicely.
Yep.
Daily boys are very annoying to deal with, and I mean Chaos that Willow 50 weren't looking to push or go for any big objectives. Roshan not up quite yet either, so if anything, the death there means you've now avoided this long Willow respawn for later in the game.
Yeah. How's our Kunkka's items doing? I saw he did have pretty sizable ones. Okay, almost the AC, and he's got the 20 talent for the strength. Oh, he took the Torn AoE.
Oh? Why would you take that?
He took the damage and the AoE. I mean, damage more normal. But
Why would you go for the AoE this game?
I don't see it very often. I really always see the strength. It's 25 strength, so I've actually never seen the Torn AoE. I have been seeing people take up the torrent damage, but the torrent AoE, what it does is it matches your boat AoE now. I'm pretty sure. I think I tested that one a couple times. It's pretty large. But yeah, don't see that one too much, especially when it's we don't see support much, but it's your core
Oh,
mid.
no, I
Here's the
guess
torrent.
they've got the vortex, so they know you hit big torrents, it's going to be buffed up the damage.
Yeah.
So.
It's pretty big around the. Maybe you're thinking like high ground defense. We're a lot about high ground defense right now. That torrent blocks kind of the whole thing. And they did buy the gem. Okay, so they did pick that one up on Kezu. I think this was pretty needed versus Moonlight Shadow.
Jesse has BKB, but he needs to be quick on it. Nope.
Insta stun.
You can't be quicker than that. The blink Dragon Tail from Matsu catches Chessie out in the jungle. They're even trying to set up for more with the Stampede. Misery. He's heading in. There's going to be a buyback from Chessie for this one.
Torrent
Jump
doesn't
forward
land.
Frost. He'll go in and commit, but he's been sent up by the Yaws. The boat comes down, but they've lost the AA. There's the arrow out onto the Bane. Misery is dead, but the BKBs are out from Chaos. Matsu in with the Dragon Form onto Hansken. Hansken falling low. Double kill for Faded. Faded still good to fight with the time lapse available. Back up to full health. The Moonlight Shadow's been popped, but they've got the vision on,
They
and
have the
Frost
gem.
getting up the high ground. Kezu jumps in, stops him in place with a Hoostomp. That's the reincarnate.
Kezu in trouble
Kezu
with the
has
buyback.
gem.
The torrent sends
Yeah.
Kezu up.
Can they
Kezu
recover
dead
the
for a
gem?
minute.
Faded once,
He's
he
in the
got
midst
it.
of it all, but it
Really
has to
nice
be careful.
play.
He does manage to recover the gem. Matsu's still fighting fit on the front with the Dragon Form. There's
Hansken.
Mjolnir.
Hansken's dead.
dieback.
75 seconds. The Dragon Tail catches Chessie. Faded wants to go in
Oh,
for
not
this.
the
The root's
brambles.
there as well. Chessie turns with the arrow, but he's falling low, taken out.
not the
Chessie dead for a
Piranha.
minute and a half. As Faded will
Oh.
get out alive.
That was such good
Faded.
communication. Like, knowing that you're dead there after that buyback and communicating to the Weaver to pick up that gem saves that team fight.
Yeah, that was every. I saw him dying, and you can immediately tell they're like, yeah, let's just ditch our centaur. Oh wait, don't
Yeah.
ditch centaur. He has the gem.
Yeah. That's those moments where you know that center is yelling, I'm going to lose my gem. Somebody pick it up. And
Yeah.
Faded comes up big there.
Very nice.
They still pack a decent punch on their heroes. Like Wraith King is hitting very hard. So is the Kunkka with the cleaves, but these tanky frontliners and these BKBs, the Weaver, he can't get controlled, so he's got the free time lapses every time. And Matumba, man, he's the one who's not really taking too much damage in
He
the
has
fights.
not died once this game. And how are they ever gonna even make a dent in his arm? It looked like
He's
they got
massive.
him, and then he just turns around 3v1, and then the damage is just too much.
Well, they killed the AA at the start of the fight, right? I think
They
that's
did.
really important. And they get the Enfeeble into the Dragon Tail and just blow up Era, which I think he's super important to be able to put people down to the threshold. And just the extra burst damage from Ice Vortex. But he does get picked off right at the start.
Oh, he's gonna try and stop that. He's gonna get a glimmer soon.
And we did see, I mean, it's been a while now, of course, but JJ pointed out a couple times. He went to GPM, of course, on DK. So
Yeah.
you see him getting very farmed in this
They're
game.
absolutely loaded.
Oh, he's going to be able to keep himself scaling, getting those big items. Eventually, I asked for it last time. Still hopeful this time for an Aghanims. We'll connect on them, but don't think they make it there in time. The pipe even protecting. Pipe allowing you to be able to blink is so important. I mean, it's been quite a long time since that kind of change has happened, but
Let them hit you, cause it's free gold.
5.
Every little bit matters, Fog.
Does. Look at the bar. You see it? Oh, ever so slightly moving.
You mean the gold bar? What?
XP bar.
Oh, that bar.
Yeah, the tiny one. And that's a full blood thorn now.
I wouldn't call that a bar. It's a circle.
Why don't they have XP per minute?
Excuse me.
Giannis, why aren't there XP per minute talents?
XP per minute?
Yeah.
No, there's experience gained.
Well, yeah, but why not just XP per minute?
Why
That
is there
promotes
why
AFK.
isn't there a gold percent gain talent there?
Yeah.
Oh, now we're
Plus
talking.
20% gold earned.
percent.
Yeah,
Alright.
every piece of gold you get is amplified.
High ground defense.
Gold
Activate.
percent,
Final
Giannis.
tribe.
That's that. They'll add that next patch.
Let's see
Dragon
what
in
they
the
can
front.
make. What they can do here. This dragon is Mjolnired and Lincoln. Stop.
And he's got an Aegis too.
And clear these
Good.
creeps pretty well, though, with Kunkka.
Yep. Okay, high ground defense here.
Yeah. Gonna keep on stalling, and Marta's gonna keep on poking at the base.
Toss back.
Tossed in, pops the BKB.
Dust is also pop.
Arrow's gonna go flying on through. Doesn't hit anyone. A lot of BKBs coming
That,
out.
yeah,
Chaos
that is
have-
Chaos using a fair
Chaos
few BKBs.
Why-
Matsu uses
Played
BKB
this.
as well, so they probably wanna wait because you don't wanna throw an Aegis in there.
You can see the TFT high ground defense there. Very formidable. Tiny one of those heroes that's very annoying to push into because of those tossbacks. And the damage from TFT is not to be underestimated.
And they've tried all 3 lanes now, with the only result being one tier 3 tower on the bot lane, where they arrow towards now as well.
Yeah. They feels like they need a pick or a fight outside. Not that TFT are going to give that to them. You can see here they're just throwing boats to push out these waves. They're not looking to engage Chaos. Chaos maybe needs to take more of that like suffocation approach, which is keep TFT in their base, farm the whole map,
Yeah, but
increase
they're
your gold
hungry
lead a
for it.
bit. And they have Aegis cheese now, so they're thinking they want to go, but like some of these level 25 talents could definitely help a lot. DK 25 is what, all the extra strength still?
It's double dragon blood or double 2-second stun.
Oh yes.
They moved. They
It's double
swapped
dragon
those.
blood, yeah.
Yeah, the strength. And what, it was 40 strength before?
40 strength at 25 or the dragon tail.
Plus 2-second dragon tail. Could be.
A lot.
I was say, because you're already
It
kind of
used-
tanky enough, aren't you?
It
Or-
used to only be plus 1.5 or something, I feel.
So 5.25 second stun with an enfeeble thrown on top.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
I feel like that's done.
I think you take that, don't you?
Because
That's a
like you
GG
saw
that's a
top, when,
GG stun, right
when they
there
go
for
in
them.
top, they it's all burst damage, and that the double dragon spot doesn't, like the health regen doesn't help you against the
No.
burst necessarily.
No, it's against the ice blast.
And both are good
Both
end of
are
the day. Yeah.
Both are great. 8.4 second stun with enfeeble. Thank you, JJ.
Seems good.
8
So did
How
two
long
right
is
there.
terrorize with the stat? With the? I'm just kidding. It's also the same. Well, it's a little bit less. Like,
And they decide, you know, let's push the lane that doesn't have a tower.
ice
Right.
vortexes are down. Fresh prepared. Forcing in the side lane, mid lane.
I wonder if they can even try some split push. Yeah, they're drawing faded. Get your ass over here, dude.
He's 25. He's got the Shikuchi. You know,
yeah.
he takes him a moment.
And another toss in.
A far toss back as well.
But the
Oh, but
BKB's
they
popped.
stun Chessie.
They've got the stun
Oh,
control.
sorry, Hanskin.
Onto Hanskin. Hanskin's gone. They'll look towards the next target. Zibbit backing off. Has that run, but the base in a little bit of trouble here. Hanskin has no buyback.
Another 2 minutes without buyback.
The racks are starting to fall. Melee racks will be taken by Chaos.
That's how you play against those tossbacks. You kill that tiny and just tell Matu to get out of there with his BKB.
And now they can back, they can wait cooldowns, or they can keep pressure up. It's still 30 seconds without Hanskin. We'll see how aggressive they want to play.
The
I-
taunt from VT
Faded is feeling really good about
yes,
that one.
He is.
He's
So a
played
little
very
skitter.
well
Oh.
this game.
But now they're through the Lincolns. They've got the stun, they've got the tar, the ice blast. It's on a faded, but the defensive nightmare. Misery keeping faded alive and allowing to pop the BKB. As he turns straight towards Frost. Frost run down, the root holds him in. Reincarnate will pop. He back up a second time. Can they keep him safe? He's jaws into the air. The arrow. Boat combo down as the Weaver. Chessie jumps in with the axe as well. They're bursting him
Nightmare.
low. Another nightmare. Misery.
He gets
keeps
cheese
it
off.
safe. Misery with the nightmare gives Faded the time to pop the cheese and get back to full.
Misery, Bane.
Oh, he's so good.
They get Milan in the backlines though.
They
A
do
toss
got
back.
back.
Matu's still got
He's
the
got
Aegis.
Aegis.
Buyback
Buyback from
comes out from
Willow.
Milan. He knows this is the fight for Chaos to
Yeah.
put it all in and look to end things. As
Yeah.
Hanskin's dead again.
Another minute without
Ice
buyback.
blast towards Matu, but he pops the BKB. See how careful they want to play now. Chaos Faded still continues to push onto the racks. They know that this tiny step for 40, no buyback. The range racks are going down. Frost steps forward. They have the torrent. Do they have the chain stun arrow? It's looked for, but won't quite find the angle as they'll stick on Frost. Frost will fall. Reincarnate's back on. It'll be here a second
Blink
time.
stun?
Blink out as well. He's able to get away. The X-Mark combo brings Faded back into the torrent boat. Another attempt towards him. But Faded, he's tanky with that heart. And now the
Matu's in.
stun's onto Frost. Matu
Oh,
jumps
no.
in. Frost is in trouble. He needs help, but he's not going to get it. Frost is dead for 85 seconds. Chessie blinks in, trying to commit with the leap. But the chase is there. Faded committing under the tower. The ice
got
blast is
none.
upon him, but he has the timelapse to get back towards the racks. He's fine. Chessie will buy back. But they're still without Frost for a
has a
long,
heart
long
now.
time.
He has a
The
full heart.
silence on Zibbe.
It's on the
Arrow will
courier.
hit Matu, but Zibbe is dying here. He has buyback available on Kunkka as Chessie leaps away. Hanskin tries to go for the combo, but Faded is already Shikuchi'd out of there.
And
Good old
Kazu in the
Kazu.
meanwhile.
I love it. Kezu's like, guys, get over here. We have a Dota game to win.
He's like, I got plus 600 damage. Don't worry, I'm the sieger.
And now Matu, the blood
the
going
grip.
to
The
Zibbe, the
grip.
grip as well. They'll jump in. Zibbe's
Die
dead.
back.
The toss combo from Hanskin comes out towards Misery, but Misery turns. Brain Sap keeps himself alive. 3 now dead on TFT. No buybacks available. GG, well played is called. Chaos are going to TI in style as they knock TFT down and out 3-0
Wow.
in this best of 5 grand finals.
Yeah.
They really seem to just have TFT's number entirely in this series. It just threw them off completely.
I think today, just in general, has been a day where Chaos just looked on top
They
of everything.
really got it together because it's
Yeah.
not been a smooth road for them.
It
Remember
has
back
really
to the
not
start
been.
of the group stages, there was some lulls, there was some omega lulls from these
They
boys,
were in
but then bam.
tiebreakers. They almost got
Exactly.
eliminated from groups.
They were on the edge,
Yeah,
on
they
the
were.
line. They got to the playoffs. They got knocked down. TFT knocked them down 2-1, but they climbed back up. Grand finals. They did their homework. They did their prep, and it's certainly seeming like this pretty newly fresh formed team is starting to really come together. And at the time it mattered the most, 3-0ing TFT.
Oh.
And it's got to feel bad for TFT.
They-
Right? They know
Yeah.
that
Every
they're-
qualifier, this is
they're
them.
now all looking.
Every
They're
time.
looking at that picture of Kuro, and they're feeling, if you didn't kick Matumba, man, and this team was not formed around him,
They actually would have.
because there would have been a bit of
yes.
that. Sure, not to say Chaos wouldn't have done great without Matu, but Matu has been a big part of it.
I mean,
And
before
without
that,
him, this could have maybe been TFT's year to get to TI. so
Chaos
they're,
was also
they're
not
gonna
still
feel
in
rough.
America. So, you know, before
Yeah.
that.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Vision was playing in
Matu
South America.
brought the
Yeah.
Americans over, or the
Yeah.
American organization.
South America and America, that's where Chaos was, and now it's like.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
rough for TFT, but for Chaos, it's got to feel great. The hard work pays off. All those
Yeah.
educational streams that Kezu did, he was in the right.
It's gotta feel so bad too, because TFT, they looked hot. Chessie played phenomenal in every single
Yeah.
one of their series. This one, Chessie, he's had like an okay showing in the first game, but then the last two games, he just got completely
They tried
destroyed.
A
something
lot of it
different.
was like the draft and strategy.
Yes.
Like you end up on playing a
JJ?
off-lane Mirana in the deciding game. I feel like that's
Yeah.
not a place you want to be. I don't imagine that was the game
I
plan
guess
coming
they,
to the
they
series
just felt
either.
under pressure after those
Yeah,
first two
it
games.
does
It
seem like
felt
it.
very one-sided.
Yeah.
They had to switch things up, and to give credit, that last game it did kind of work out a little bit better than the other two games, but still, it was a high-risk sort of play to switch your roles up like that. Sure, it may look better, but are you going to get the win? It's unlikely, and they didn't.
You want to hear some silver linings, though? Last year, TI qualifiers, they didn't even make it out of the group stage. No, they came second. Ta-da!
I don't know if that's a silver
That's
lining
not how they
to them.
feel
I
about
don't
it.
think they'll feel like
No,
that's a
no.
silver lining right now,
No, this,
unfortunately. But
It's gotta be like
A rough loss.
it's such a bad feeling. Like,
show your support to those guys on Twitter everywhere. They played some great Dota. They got to
They
the
did.
finals. You know, we as casters, fans can be harsh on people when they play badly, but these
They
guys
looked
they're
like the
great
best
Dota
team
players.
yesterday. If you would have asked
Yeah.
me yesterday
They look great
who was going to
yesterday.
take it, it would have been the final tribe.
No.
But it
Yeah.
really is. You can tell Chaos. I mean, obviously coming in today, they had a clear plan on who the two teams they were going to have to get through that stood between them and TI. They did their research. They did their homework. And
They
Chaos,
looked-
those last two, the first two games of this series, the execution was just perfect. They had this draft and they just ran it down
Yeah.
the lanes. 25 minutes in getting the victory. Game 3 obviously was a little more bumpy, but still they had the edge for it all. But it definitely seems like Chaos have really found a good groove. They found a good fit for Matu. They know how to win games.
they look, I would say, like in the last like 2 days that we saw them play, much more refined. Everybody's doing their role. It's not just like Matu, sure, playing amazing, but everybody's fitting the role. Misery had
stepping
the
up
most
around him.
phenomenal
Yeah.
sleeps ever.
The
His
Misery
Chen as
vein.
well.
Yeah.
They
Like-
found their style.
Yeah, and Misery, there's a reason this guy got second place at TI.
Yeah.
His drafts, he always is able to find these things that work for his teams. They found a couple that work, and he did his homework.
You really did.
And we get to
Congratulations.
see Matu versus Liquid.
That's what we're hoping.
That's what
for.
we're hoping will happen
Yes.
somewhere in TI, and maybe with the on-stage handshake. We'll see how it is.
Ooh.
Even though I'm sure Matu's gonna have a cheeky smile.
he's
He
gonna-
might even
Yeah.
give them a little bit of an
He'll
ass
walk
slap
up
or
to
something.
Kuro.
You know?
He actually
Walk
probably
up to
walk up
Kuro,
to Kuro.
slap him on the bum.
That might be the pregame. That might be the
Pre-game,
pregame.
give him a little slap.
Yeah.
That's the Matu play.
There's not going to be
Yeah.
any beef there, but we'll still
Yeah.
talk up.
Yeah.
You know,
It'll
it's
be
gonna
fun.
it's gonna be a
We'll
good, it'll be
protect
a
it.
good rivalry nonetheless.
Yeah.
It will be for
And Matu
sure.
does want to beat them, absolutely.
Oh, for
And
sure,
Matu
for
can
sure.
keep that
Yeah.
dream going. Talking about people winning 2 TIs, Matu, he could do it with a different squad. Obviously, a long, long road ahead. A lot of teams to get through, but this is
Well-
the first step, making it there.
Who made it out of the qualifiers last year?
OG?
Oh, gee.
Yeah.
OG, and well, there's other comparisons as well, right? There's Finnish players on both teams? Right? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
I was like, what?
Well,
I was like, wait, yeah, Matu.
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 Important.
There's the Finnish power, Thompson last time round.
No
had the-
French.
And
though.
Jarex.
and Jerax.
Yep.
No French.
They've got all the winning ingredients, Chaos. So we'll see that, but they can relax now. Well, obviously, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of hard work for the boys. They still will understand that.
Now the real prep starts.
Exactly. Now you
Danish
get the
old
boot
school
camp
players
going.
on both teams too. Took me a
Now,
while.
now it's pretty much what you get. You have
There
your
you go.
one day. You know,
Yeah.
you have your 1 or 2 days where you
Yeah, you're
guys
right, the Danes
celebrate,
and
be
the
happy,
Finns,
but
yeah.
then you go talk to Gerg. You hit up Gerg. You're Gerg. Where are we boot camping? We made it.
Yes.
Where are you sending us? Where are the teams going?
Oh, I bet Gerg's out.
And Gerg's
Gerg.
probably up and down right now.
He's, up
He's
and down.
watching.
He's watching. Hello, Gerg.
He's already
Hi,
messaging JJ. I'm sure of it.
I go. We'll accept freebies. I do like the hoodies. Send
The
us
hoodies
one.
are nice. Give me a pink
Send
hoodies.
us a hoodie,
swag.
Gerg. Yeah, pink hoodie. One of those nice pink ones.
I
yeah.
do like the pink
They
ones.
got some good merch.
I have a question for JJ as well, because I
Yeah.
know America doesn't start until like what,
Yeah.
2.5 hours? What is
2
the
hours.
plan? Are we covering? Are we not
Those are-
covering?
It's up that park or what's happening.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll figure it
Well,
out.
Okay, because we need to play ads anyway. We'll keep you informed.
We'll have an
what's
ad break. We
happening.
might be back. We might not. We do love you and we do miss you and we might see you in a bit anyway. But if we don't, you'll see us somewhere else. We'll see you soon. Maybe. Bye.
Wow. Love you.